Shut up and sit down.
And we're back! I can't believe I'm driving this car! I'm Kevin. We're in hot, not sunny Naples, Florida, and today we've got a very special car for all you folks at home. We've got a car with some incredible racing heritage, and we're very excited to show it to you. Superformance has brought us to Gulf Coast Motorworks to show us and let us drive this incredible vehicle. Eric, what is that car?
I'm Eric, and welcome to 88 miles per hour. Today, we are looking at a 1966 Ford GT40 continuation. So this is a brand new car, but it's a continuation.
That's right.
Of the old version.
It is.
It is 2/3 the parts of the original car.
Nice.
It is very authentic, very cool looking.
Yep.
I have a bit of a problem with the car.
I know you do.
But I mean, you know, we're in some history right here. This is something cool to look at. I like it.
Yeah.
But as I said, I got some history on it, which you know. Why don't we talk a little bit about it?
This was the car that was the Ferrari Killer. The GT40 won at Le Mans. You'll notice I said Le Mans and not Le Mans. And this was the car that won at Le Mans 4 years in a row. In the first year it won, it took the 1, 2, 3 spot. That means that 3 GT40s finished in the number 1, number 2, and number 3 spot, Eric.
That is, thank you, appreciate that. That is my problem with this car, is that it is the Ferrari Killer. The 1, 2, 3 punch out is what caused the problem. I know, so that's my problem with the car. I appreciate what it is being a Ferrari fan. It wiped him off the map. Also in '67, this was the only car, I believe, ever to win Le Mans that was all American design, built, etc.
And engineered, yeah.
And engineered. Other years had some bits and pieces of other years, but '67, which wasn't this one, but just saying, as far as the history, was the one that had that built. This does have the '67 Gulf, not the Heritage Edition, but the original sort of Gulf livery on this, which I think is pretty cool. I like the Heritage Edition. I like the light blue, but I think this is neat, the navy. It's got a handful of, sort of say, time period badging on it.
Little touches.
Yeah, little touches to make this thing look unique.
Let's walk the folks around the car and show them the touches on this car.
I like
it's really fantastic. So, lead us off here.
A couple of things I like on this. It's got the 2 horseshoes right here, as you can see.
That's right.
Now the horseshoes was a campaign that they had that was, or that Gulf had, that was called No Knocks. So it was sort of getting the, I believe it was No Knocks. It was getting the kick out of your engine, something of that nature. So they put these on here as part of the history of the car, and then it won. So it became sort of a standard that these horseshoes went on. So that's pretty neat on the car.
There's also 2 horseshoes on the other.
Yeah, so I mean it's comboed out. It became just a sort of a symbol of luck, which I think is cool. As far as true race heritage on this, we're going with it's got the knockoffs, single knockoffs, which I love there, and I always tell stories about those because I think they're so cool.
Gorgeous.
This was so when you went in the pit, you know, today you go in the pit and it's and they're real fast. This is so when you go in the pit, you take a lead hammer, you smash that thing, and it just spins right off.
Wow.
So it's a quick change without when they didn't have air guns and stuff back in the day. Yeah, so it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And it goes on the same way. So it's, those are, when you see those, they have a lot of fake ones, but the real ones, it's like, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
This car's got a lot of fantastic touches. I mean, it's got the numbering. Of course, it's got the racing stripe to make it go faster.
Absolutely.
But it's
10 horsepower at least.
And it's got all these great stickers on it. And then one very special thing I want you to talk about it is this very strange little bubble right here. Eric, why don't you tell the folks at home what that's all about?
This is what I like. They have my weird details and stuff. And I want to open this back thing to show you the engine.
We're going to get to that.
But what I like about this is called the Gurney bubble. You'll see it's only on the driver's side. And that is for Dan Gurney, who was a car racer. Still around, but he was a car racer back in the day. Very tall. When he was racing the GT40s, he would get in, and his helmet didn't have any room, so they had to sort of convex the roof.
Keep him in
concave. Convex the roof, so his racing helmet could fit. And actually, it's now become the style of cars. If you look at the Dodge Vipers that they come out with, they actually have 2 Gurney bubbles, which they work in, which is pretty cool. So it's become a styling cue,
and didn't you say
which is pretty neat.
Didn't you say that customers were wondering where the bubble was, so they started adding it in? Am I right in thinking that?
That I don't know. Which my wife's gonna be amazed that you asked me something I actually don't know that. So we have to write this down. I don't know. No, I actually don't know that.
It sounds good even if it's made up, right?
There you go. I think that's great. So, yeah, I think this is a neat part of the car, but let me show you sort of the jewel or the jewelry box of what I like in the back. So a different engine when they first created this was a 289 in this. So different beast in here now, tons of different power, different technology. We go around, help me lift this right here?
Yes, absolutely.
So there's a cotter pin that we have right here. We took it out, holds this entire thing in. There's a couple clips too. We got those undone. But if we just grab here and sort of lift this back, clamshell it, and look at how cool that is. Gorgeous. Now, this is a nice 427 Ford Racing.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is a beast. It's got the velocity stacks on it, sort of old school with the screen covers on it, so it gives it that old look. It gives it that carbureted look.
Yep.
It's fuel injected, but it gives it that carbureted look.
A little bit of old, a little bit of new.
Yeah. So adding that fuel injection to this adds probably, I think it's about 15 or 20 horsepower if it was carbureted to the same setup.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
I mean, this thing is just adjustable for days. I mean, you've got all these arms with the nice Johnny joints right here. They're all adjustable, so you can tune the suspension in incredibly. All the links, the 4 links, whatever it may be. I think it's a 4-link. Yeah, it's a 4-link. So you can adjust this thing for days. The nice width on this, when you get open the door, it's got 2 gas tanks on this thing too. So this thing, you could, it was probably
drive it for days.
For days. It was probably it was probably for that reason when they designed it, so you could just at least fill it a ton and get a lot of mileage out of it on that track. So, but yeah, this thing's beautiful. Just how it clamshells back. Different, being a new and sort of continuation. It still kind of has that old school vibe, but it's got all the new technology. So they're doing this thing right. As I said, I'm a Ferrari guy. I'm not going to deny these cars; they're cool.
I know.
What are you going to do?
And as you said, 2/3 of the parts on this car are interchangeable with the original parts, and that's what makes it. And this thing can be called legally a GT40. That's how close to the original it is.
Exactly right.
That's why I love this car so much. It is as close as you're going to get to the original. It's as close as you're going to get to that GT40 racing heritage.
And it's attainable. I mean, that's the thing. It's attainable. It might not be an everyday driver, but it's attainable to drive and have fun with. So
you could drive it every day.
You could. But you know what we should do?
I don't know if you'd want to.
We should close this up.
Should we drive it?
We should drive it. We should. Let's close this thing. Get all that.
Yep.
All right. Let's jump this thing in. This thing's going to be good.
Okay.
Now, these are quite the challenge. You have the steering wheel on your side, loosely. These are the challenge of getting in. Right. So,
you get in first.
Trick. I'm going to do this, a little bit of balance, and then we're in. Right there.
And then I'm going to hand you the wheel, because that's what the co-driver
Now,
does.
you getting in is going to be the fun part. Okay. Look at that. All right, now there's kind of some tricks to starting this here.
Oh my God.
Got to give it a little bit of gas when we start. So we're going to do it. Give it a little bit of gas, a little bit of a push, almost like we're carbureted.
Okay.
Oh, why don't I know how to start it? Let me try it again. Do I know how to... Are you serious? I swear to God. All right, let's try that again. So cut. Halfway down, 2,000, yep. Wow, that takes some energy to start that. You're not kidding around. All right, so I finally got it started. It was as if briefly I knew what I was doing. What? All right, let's close this thing up. Close her up, left ahead.
Kevin, this is 88 miles per hour, and we're in a GT40.
Wow, I mean, this is something else to drive.
GT40.
Dude. This is something to drive. I mean, my lord, this is pretty rad. I mean, this is a race car. You gotta remember, this has got that interesting shift pattern in it where it's down one to first, and up 2, 3. So your reverse is upper left, your first is down first.
So it's almost like a reverse shift pattern.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's really unusual to drive.
Interesting.
It's,
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's tough to get it going.
Is it? What's the clutch like?
It's pretty heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Nice.
This is a different car to drive, dude. It's pretty cool, but easy shift, but
it is.
Dude, this is not something you want to drive around and really.
No, but this is that classic car. It drives like an older car. It feels like an older car, which
which is
You're right. It does give me that vibe. I don't feel like I'm in a new car at all. I mean, technology, sure, but as far as anything else, this is wildly uncomfortable. I mean, it is.
The closeness is what's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is pretty tight. So I'm gonna
give it a little zoom.
give it a little beans.
So the folks at home, give it a
Yeah.
little zoom.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I mean, it's hard to get used to this thing.
I can only imagine.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a monster, dude.
It does.
It really does.
It sounds like a monster.
I mean, dude, the engine is. I feel like I'm wearing it as a backpack.
I do, yeah. It's got that
Right?
simplicity, which is great, and then that also makes it more work.
It does.
Because the great thing about older cars, as we know, is that you had to work more to make those cars do what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll tell you what. As far as creature comfort, of course, there's none in here.
Right.
But I mean, I would think it's not even that creature comfort in a race. It's just a matter of struggling to get through. I feel like because there is no room for your legs, and like I'm not a very tall person, but I mean I'm a little wide. But there's no room for your legs in this car.
No.
There's no room to sort of just relax it for a brief second or get your foot off the clutch.
Yeah. At least they put AC in the car.
They did. I mean, that helps a lot.
Yeah, because
it
we're
would
very
be-
sweaty.
I mean, you couldn't even drive this car with that heat. Could you imagine just being in full racing gear
Oh my
driving
God,
this thing?
no way.
I mean, it would be a little out of hand. But I mean, this thing's got power for days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Keep it
going to be
going.
as some of the big horsepower we've hit before, but 550 horsepower somewhere in there, as we said, about 450 foot-pounds of torque.
Still a lot.
This thing
Still
gets
a
up
lot.
and goes. I mean, there is no question. It
Nice.
gets up and goes.
Nice.
And it is very mechanical.
Yes.
Very mechanical.
Good word.
You know, and I can
Good way to
see how-
describe it.
I mean, this just feels like a straight race car. This is more of a race car than anything I've ever driven. It's something really fun and kind of different to drive.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why though. I mean, this is bred to be a race car. This is bred to beat Ferrari. I can see where they got in this car.
Definitely.
And this was no nonsense.
Definitely.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're making.
Yeah.
And this is what's going to happen after we make it. We're going to beat everybody in this car.
Yeah.
And they did.
Oh,
And there's many
they
sort of
did.
iterations after this. They got the Ford GT that came out after this. Based on this, you got the new Ford GT that came out as well. We're going to turn around. We're going to give you a shot at this because this you got to experience. This is something crazy.
Perfect.
But there's a lot of different iterations that came after this car, and I can see just the heritage and the sort of, I don't know, the rawness, the bare bones of this car. I mean, it is
Amazing.
This is not for the faint-hearted. This car,
No.
It's like you're not messing around driving this. This would not be fun to drive on
This is like
any sort of regular basis, any sort of track days, sure, all that jazz.
This is not like we're going to get coffee, going to get milk car.
We're going to get nothing. This is just raw as can be. This is the most raw car I've ever been in, and it's pretty cool.
This is an enthusiast car. I mean, let's be real.
absolutely
here.
is.
Absolutely.
It
man.
absolutely
You have to love driving
Yep.
to be buying, driving, owning a car like this. you know?
Yeah, and using this outside of a track. I mean, otherwise parades, whatever it may be, or track days, or cars and coffee. But
Sure.
this is serious. This car. I mean, you're not messing around. It is
No.
it is a monster.
All right.
So let's switch it up. Dude, this is strapping yourself in.
I gotta
Kind
be.
of exciting, to be honest with you.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm a little nervous driving this thing.
I can imagine.
Oh my God. I don't suppose you can slide the seat up, can you?
Not at all.
All right, so-
The brakes, I think these brakes probably need to be warmed up before they get some performance in them.
Yeah.
Because they do seem sort of dragging. But that's just because we're not hammering this thing. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Watch your second, nice.
Wow.
It's
Very
different.
heavy, very mechanical feel to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to sit there and say it. It's another thing to be here feeling it, you know? Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, you're
Wow.
part of the engine in this car.
You're part of the car.
You are part of the car.
Yeah, in every sense. It's great.
I'll tell you what, I mean, this footwell over here is more comfortable than over there, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah,
granted,
it definitely
there's
is,
pedals,
right?
but still, a little bit right here. But there's pedals, but I mean, as we said, this is not for the faint of heart. This is an exciting car to be in now because it's unlike anything I've ever experienced. Take this wide.
Yeah, very mechanical feel.
Yeah, it is.
It feels good. I love that feeling of that visceral feel of, you can feel every single thing in the car and you can feel the road. Now, there's plenty of modern cars that we drive. I can feel the road, but I feel like as time goes on, I can feel less and less of the car and less of the road.
I would agree.
And as somebody that likes to drive, I'm not a professional driver, not by any stretch, but as somebody that loves to drive, I hate that.
Yeah,
so it's great to get in a car like this and be able to feel all that stuff again.
Yeah, well, it's amazing to look. This really gives me perspective on, sort of what cars used to be. Even your daily drivers, your regular cars, they were a lot to handle. You know what I mean? On a regular basis, they were a lot to handle. Meaning there wasn't power brakes, there wasn't power steering, there wasn't nice automatics, whatever it was, or synchro in the clutches and all that stuff. It's just raw. Get down to drive it, and it's something different. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, as far as recreating something historical or recreating something that was, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Because
Absolutely.
How do you make something so new seem so nostalgic and old and have that history? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's got to be a challenge in itself to be able to think that way and be able to sort of put yourself in that level. But as far as if you want an exciting driving experience, we said it like, I don't know.
This is exciting.
This is exciting.
I'm excited.
It's exciting and kind of scary and a handful all at the same time. And we take it on sort of these normal roads. We don't get to stretch the legs of these things very much.
It's true.
But just in this environment, it's just a different animal.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, the shifting is really difficult.
Yeah.
It's not easy to shift. It's like I've driven stick cars all my life. I've driven a lot of different sticks.
You're good.
And this thing, it's not like any stick.
It's really tight. It's a racing tight pattern.
It's tight and tough.
But it makes me think like in the heat of a battle, you have to know your instrument so well.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, being a photographer, it's like I know my cameras well for different reasons.
Yeah.
You just start to know them. But like knowing this, knowing that transmission, knowing this car, it's like it's a learning curve, and I can see how they adjust and do so many things to these cars.
Right.
Where it's sort of endless. But as we said, we look at a bunch of different cars for different reasons, and we're all going to kind of root for our own team.
Of course.
Being the Ferrari guy, but I can't deny that this isn't just an experience in this car. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
And I've said that a bunch of times. It's like it's just an experience in this car, and I think it's pretty incredible. I think it's not that it's won me over because I wasn't not into it anyway. I mean, this is just a machine, and that's what I love about cars. I just love the machine factor of these cars and what they're capable of and how they're put together and what's the difference of whose brand's on the hood sometimes. But for sake of conversation and argument, that's what you argue about. Who's on the hood? Let's argue about that.
Fair enough. I mean, I think just to have a taste of this sort of heritage, to take a ride in this car, that's an honor.
I agree.
So for me, even somebody that isn't in love with this particular car, somebody that's a Ferrari fan, you gotta love that just being able to ride in that
absolutely
in that piece of history.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. I think it's like you can like one thing or the other, but to not experience certain things in life or cars, whatever it may be, it's just silly, or not to appreciate what it is. It's like I'm not going to hate on this for whatever reason. It's like I'm going to appreciate what it is, but for sake of conversation, I'll hate on it just to have fun. So we had something to talk about on the ride home.
Sure.
I mean? But I mean, this was something else. I mean, we got to give it to these guys at Gulf Coast Motorsports. These guys were great letting us come down here and drive this incredible car. I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Exactly. That's what it is, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So once again, got to give a shout-out to Gulf Coast Motors.
Yes.
Thank you guys for letting us take this car out for a spin. Let's wrap this up.
Absolutely. You guys can come check out our next shows. We talked before. If you guys want us to come to your dealer, come check out some of your cars. You got a collection, whatever it may be. We want to see a variety of cars. Give us a holler. Let us know. Check us out at visualbabble.com. You can get some of our 88 mile per hour gear.
They're also our sponsor for the show.
Correct. You can see some stuff on there. And what else we got going on? It's our Instagram.
Well, you can follow us on Instagram at 88MPH Baby. You can also contact us at Gmail 88 mphbaby@gmail.com.
Correct. You can see me at ericnones.com. I'm sorry, Eric Nones on Instagram as well.
Right on.
But yeah, man, I think we gotta go check out some more of these cars.
I think we do too.
Now it's gonna take us a little bit to get out of here.
It's gonna take us a little bit while. Maybe
A
we
little
should-
embarrassing, but
Yeah, it might be.
Let's unhook these things. Let's get out.
Anyway, folks, thanks for joining us. This has been 88. I'm Kevin. This is Eric. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, guys. Take these things out and we'll check it out.
Let's see how we can make this.
Platz, Handstück, Platz. Braver Hund.